Good afternoon, everybody. Scott Mayboy here, um, your financial Sherpa, of course. Doing this, this is a redo. So if you were on the earlier one, you can skip it. I just didn't like the way it sounded, and I didn't like the background. So doing it again. I have in my hand a brochure that a life insurance company sent me. I got it in the mail the other day. Happens to be SBLI, which a lot of people in this part of the country are familiar with. They're based in Woburn, and they were started by Justice Brandeis from Brandeis College, or also known for Brandeis College University, excuse me. So just wanted to point out a couple of things. So they were soliciting me to buy some life insurance. But there were 5 questions in the brochure that they want you to ask when you consider buying life insurance, which I think is a great reminder, and it's certainly something I try to do when I sit down with people. And the first question is, how much? How much life insurance do you need? How much do you think you need? What are you replacing? Are you replacing someone's income? Are you looking just for pay for a funeral? Are you trying to pay off someone's retirement or college? So it's all a function of how much you need to. There you go. It's all a function of how much you need. And people think in terms of you have to pay off the mortgage. You don't have to pay off the mortgage. You may be nice, but if one of the spouses passes away, the other one needs a cushion, but maybe not the entire mortgage paid for. Number 2 is how much can you afford? I mean, a $5 million policy would be great, but do you have the budget to pay that premium? It also comes down to what type of insurance. Are you looking for a term policy, which will expire in 10, 20, 30 years? Or do you have the budget for a permanent policy that you don't have to worry about running out? The third question, again, kind of related to that, is how long do you need it for? A term policy, again, expires. A permanent policy is permanent. But a permanent policy, of course, costs more because there's a guarantee they're paying it. Whereas a term policy, they're kind of expecting you to outlive it. So people say term policies are very inexpensive, but think about it from the insurance company's perspective. If it's inexpensive, they're not expecting you to die during the course of the term. So there's a reason why term policies are the most profitable area of business. They are almost guaranteeing that you're going to outlive the policy. So, but budget comes into play. A lot of people buy term policies thinking that they only need it, they buy them when their kids are born. And then kids are graduating high school, they're looking at college expenses, and the first question I have is, how old is your life insurance policy? Because if it was a 20-year term and your oldest is graduating high school, they're probably about to expire. And you may still have a need for life insurance, you may have younger children and all those considerations. And then what I always tell people is I've never met a spouse of any age who turned down a tax-free check from an insurance company. The fourth reason is, why are you buying it? And again, is it for the mortgage? Is it income replacement? Is it to pay for your kids' college? Is it to pay for your own funeral so your kids don't have to do it? What are the reasons? Because that, of course, weighs into how much you need. And finally, they're saying, how should you choose an insurance company? I would change that up a little bit and say, how would you pick a broker? Because the broker you pick, if you pick a captive agent that can only sell a single company's policies, you're limited in what that person can offer you. If you work with an independent, I can look at companies, any company that does business in Massachusetts, or if you're in another state, that state. I have a woman now who I don't like the offer she got from the first insurance company we went to, so we're looking at a second. We're just taking that same app, the information from the first app, the medical exam from the first app, and trying it with a second carrier. If I was a captive agent, then the first one was all we could get, and the offer is the offer. And then she would either have to take it, leave it, or go find another person to deal with. So I think dealing with an independent broker gives you a lot more flexibility. So that's it for tonight. Hope you all having a great day. Looked like it clouded up a little bit outside, but have a great day, everyone. Feel free to comment or send me questions, and I will talk to you soon. Be well, have a good night, and Sherpertude.